See, let's start with the passage. So, what we are dealing here is there are three common drivers of carnivore human attack, and some of which are more preventable than others. So, natural aggression is there, and the conflict based on natural aggression involve females protecting their young or animals, protecting a food source, and it can often be avoided as long as people stay away from those animals and their food. Now, carnivores recognize human as a means to get food, and that is a different story. As they become more reliant on human food, they might find at campsites or rubbish bins and less avoidant of humans, losing the instinctive fear response. Okay, and this put them in a situation where they could get into altercation with a human, and which can often result in that bear being put down by humans. These kind of examples. Okay, predatory or predation related attacks, wherein you can say the humans are taken as a prey. Okay, they occur when carnivore views a human as a prey and hunts it like it would any other animal it uses for the food. That is another reason of the conflict, and these attacks are quite rare, accounting only for 17% of total attacks in North America since 1955. When you come to paragraph number 4, you see that there are animal attacks provoked by people. For example, if you are taking pictures with them, feeding them in natural selection, such as national parks, so you often end with animals being euthanized out of precaution, and that animal becomes habituated to people, and bad things happen to animals. And the folks who initially wanted to make the connection don't necessarily realize that. So this is given by Christine Wilkinson. This is one researcher. There is one more researcher, and when you come to para 5, author talks about Panterini's views, and he says that after conducting countless postmortem, he believes 50% could have been avoided. 50% of what? 50% of carnivore human attacks spanning 75 of years. He says that all these data which he's collected from 75 years, he sees that 50% could have been avoided if humans reacted differently. Okay, and then he further adds that engaging in risky behavior around large carnivores increases the likelihood of an attack. So, in para 6, most common risky behaviors you can see in parents leaving their children to play outside unattended and walking an unleashed dog, according to the study. So, 66% coyote attacks involve a dog. People end up in a situation where the dog is being chased, or dog chases a coyote, or maybe they are walking their dog near a den that's marked. Coyote wants to escort them away. Okay, so when I come to the next one, experts believe climate change also plays a vital part in the escalation of human carnivore conflicts. But the correlation still needs to be ironed out. Means it's a vital part, but we don't know what the correlation is. Still need to find it. The finite sources become scarcer. Carnivores and the people are coming to more frequent contact, which means that more conflict could occur. And this is given by one more researcher, Jen Miller. Okay, and what she adds in that there was an uptick in lion attacks in Western India during a drought when lions and people were relying on the same water sources. In case of paragraph number 8, the likelihood of these conflicts appear to be higher where in areas of low income countries dominated by vast rural landscape and farmlands, and this is given by Planetarian's research, and he sees a lot of working landscapes in global south that are really heterogeneous. These are that are interspersed with carnivore habitats, forests and savannas, which creates a lot of more opportunity for these encounters statistically. And this is added by Wilkinson. So, what is the main idea here? Author is not concerned about human carnivore conflicts and driven by a combination of natural behaviors, human actions, environmental factors. While some of the conflicts are caused by animal acting out of aggression, many can be prevented. Though responsible human behavior such as avoiding feeding wild and wildlife or keeping children and pets under control. So additionally, climate change and other things are also mentioned. So the passage basically emphasizes on what? Need for greater awareness and changes in human behavior towards the risk, including these encounters. So coming to the question number 18, or the first question here. According to the passage, which of the following scenarios would most likely exacerbate or increase the frequency of carnivore human conflicts? Attempting to photograph wild animals from within secured viewing areas in national park and protected zone. So when you are already in protected zone and secured area, you will not exacerbate. So it's eliminate the option. Implementing food waste management strategies to prevent animals being attracted to human food. So if you will implement strategies, animal will not come and it will not exacerbate or any situation of carnivore human conflict. It gets eliminated. Addressing the impact of climate change and availability of resources for wildlife. Now, see, if you're addressing climate change and availability of sources for wildlife, how this conflict will occur. Okay, and in case of option number four, you can see unleashing dog by pet owners in areas with known high concentration of large carnivores. Now you're actually creating a scene wherein you can make them come human and other creators, or you can exacerbate the frequency of this. Carnivore human conflicts. You're making situation when they are coming face to face. Okay, so addressing impact, if you're addressing something, so it also get eliminated. Okay, and we are addressing impact of climate change, availability of resources. So if you are making everything available, this conflict will not occur. And question is asking you to give out the option which exacerbate or increases the frequency of these conflicts. You can also see in the last para, the author is talking about coming into more frequent contact, where, let's see, become scarcer. Carnivores and people are coming to more frequent contact, which means more conflict could occur. So this makes option number four as your answer, because you're unleashing dogs by pet owners in large areas where known high concentration of large carnivores is there. So this is where one example is also quoted by Jen Miller when she talked about uptick in lion attacks in Western India. Okay, so your answer becomes option number four. Coming to question number 19, let's look at these options. According to the passage, what is a significant factor that contributes to the habituation of carnivores to human presence? Okay, means human presence is comfortable with the carnivore. So, first option, let's see, natural aggression exhibited by carnivore, exacerbated or increased by human interference, particularly when they are safeguarding their offspring or food sources. So we are talking about habituation, not natural aggression. It's opposite to what is asked, so it's eliminated. Increased scarcity of resources due to climate change, forcing carnivores to venture outside their natural habitat in search of subsistence. So in this option, we are not sure they are coming in contact with human or not. So it gets eliminated. Predatory perception of humans as potential prey within the carnivore's food chain. Okay, so if predatory perception of human as a potential prey within carnivore's food chain, so this is not habituation. This is killing. This is a scene where humans are taken as a prey by these carnivores. Reduction of in carnivores' instinctive fear response, yes, resulting from their reliance upon human provided food, yes, because if this instinctive fear response is getting reduced. Okay, so why it is getting reduced? Because they are relying upon, they are depending upon human provided food. You can also see in paragraph number 4, feeding them in natural settings such as national parks, which often end with animals being euthanized out of precaution, animal becomes habituated to the people. So directly also you can take out the answer from para 4. So option number 4 becomes your answer. Coming to question number 20. Okay, let's try to first understand this question. Which of the following statement, if false, would be inconsistent with the concerns raised in the passage regarding the drivers of carnivore human conflicts? Now, just try to understand if false. Okay, so first we have to check the out of four options which of the false. And if false, this would be inconsistent with what concerns raised in the passage regarding drivers means major causes of carnivore human conflicts. Let's start with option number one. Option number one talks about climate change and has had negligible effect on the frequency of carnivore human interaction in affected regions. So climate change is mentioned in paragraph number 7. Experts believe climate change also play a part in escalation of these conflicts. Yes, drivers of human conflicts. But the correlation still needs to be ironed out. Means we don't know what is the correlation. So negligible effect, yes, kind of. So you can say that this is false. No, this is true. So I have to eliminate this option. Coming to second one, Carnivores lose their instinctive fears of human when constantly exposed to human foods. Yes, we have just seen this one in the last question. And also in paragraph number 4, often end with animals being enthusiastic after precaution. We are talking about example of national parks and animals get habituated. So this one is correct. This is concerned, but is correct. And which of the following statement if false is asked? So along with 1, 2 also gets eliminated. Coming to the next two options. In continuation of the question, see option number 3. Predatory or predation related attacks are quite rare. Okay, when you talk about predator attacks by carnivores are common occurrence. Okay, the passage talks about quite rare, only accounting for 17% of attacks in North America since 1925. Okay, so in case of paragraph number 3, this is directly mentioned as we have discussed in the as we've seen in the passage. So predatory attacks, carnivores are common occurrence, have steadily increased over the past few decades. So the thing is, this has increased, and this option is talking about them as quite rare. Now let's understand this. Predatory attacks are a common occurrence and have increased over the past few decades. This option is false, no doubt. But what is the main concern? Concerns raised in the passage. So the main concern is when animals are taking humans as the predators. No, sorry, when animals or carnivores are considering human as a prey, this is the main concern, or human carnivore conflicts, which is discussed in the whole passage. Carnivore human conflicts or human carnivore conflicts is the main concern. So if I have to take up talk about the question if false would be inconsistent with the concerns raised in the passage regarding the drivers of these conflicts, I would not take option number 3 in the first go. Why? Because the passage is saying itself that these attacks are quite rare. Okay, when these attacks are quite rare, the author is not focusing on them. The author is focusing on the major conflicts. Okay, so after eliminating 1 and 2, we are just putting 3 as not the perfect option because these are quite rare. These are not the major concern. So we can just keep aside option number 3. Human efforts to avoid risky behavior around large carnivores have proven effective in reducing conflict incidents. Now see, option number 4, as mentioned by Panitirani in paragraph number 5, found that engaging in risky behavior around large carnivores increases the likelihood of an attack. Now, this researcher is saying that because you are engaging so much into risky behavior and this is increasing the likelihood of an attack, so human efforts avoid risky behavior have proven effective. It option becomes false. If this option becomes false, it completes the condition that it become false, and it will be inconsistent with concern raised. Yes, because the author is concerned about behavior of humans which should get improved. Okay, so author wants human to become more aware to avoid these encounters. Okay, so this is something which is the perfect answer because this is the major concern of the passage, not regarding the rarest or the 17% option of in case of option number 3. So option 4 becomes our answer. Okay, coming to the next question, question number 21. Question number 21 is a direct question, as in they are talking about insights provided by two researchers. One is Wilkinson, another is Pantirianis. So when you talk about these researchers, which of the following conclusion can be drawn about relationship between landscape and heterogeneity and human carnivore conflicts? Let's come to option number 1. Homogeneous landscapes with uniform agriculture practices are more likely to experience high rates of human carnivore conflicts due to predictability of resources. Now you talk about this in last para. Okay, so likelihood of human carnivore conflict appears to be higher. Okay, so high rates are given of low income countries dominated by vast rural landscapes and farmlands. So here we are talking about the uniform agriculture practices. And when you come to landscapes, you are talking about heterogeneous. Okay, and here we are talking about homogeneous things, so it gets eliminated. Landscape heterogeneity is given in option number two. Mix of farmland, yes, they have mentioned farmlands, yes. See, vast rural landscape and farmlands and natural habitats inherently reduces the chance of human, but it is increasing, reduces, so it becomes negligible for us here. The diversity and intersection of working landscape with carnivore habitats in rural areas increase the statistical probability of encounters between humans and carnivores. Now, let's check. Increase the statistical probability of encounters between human and carnivores, and diversity and interspersion of working landscape. According, there is a lot of working landscape, heterogeneous, interspersed with carnivore habitats, forests and savannas, lot more opportunities to for these encounters. Statistical probability, the option is saying probability, and we are dealing with opportunity. Secondly, diversity is not given. Okay, so the word diversity, we cannot take it from the passage, so it's eliminate option 1, 2 and 3. Low income countries, yes, let's check again with the new board. Low income countries, yes, see it is given. Vast contingents, wilderness areas less prone to human carnivorous conflicts, because these areas lack human presence necessary for such encounters. Okay, so this provides you low income countries are given, vast contingents less prone to human carnivorous conflict. Okay.